All right, good morning, boys. What it's up? It's your boy Juan back with another video, back with another trade recap. Here's how I made $3,460 trading the Nasdaq this morning across my 6 accounts. I have some lucid accounts and some alpha accounts, right? I have 6 evals right now at the time. I made about 3.4K on the day, roughly 592 across all of them. So yeah, $500 a day, one loss, one win, came out 3.4K on the day. All right, boys. Without further ado, let's give you guys a quick top down analysis into what I saw, what I took, and why I took it. Right, I took two trades, two longs. This one was a winner, and this one was a loser. I believe I entered here towards these data highs and got stopped with this wick. This wick stopped me the fuck out. Early 9:30 manipulation market opening. Not mad at it. It is what it is. I ended up green for the day. The bias was correct, so nothing can stop that. Nothing can fuck with that if your draw on liquidity is actually correct. All right, boys. So coming into market open, I had a bullish bias. Why did I have a bullish bias? Same as usual. Simple as hell. We already created bullish PD arrays on top of each other on the hourly time frame. If we take a look at the 4 hour, we don't really have anything on the 4 hour except this tiny gap in between here. I think these wicks are overlapping with each other, but we do have, I guess, well, we do have a bullish order block here. We have 1 hour bullish gap here that created pre-market around London or Asia. We have another one bullish gap right here. If we take a look at the 15-minute, we have a 15-minute bullish gap here. Take a look at the 15-minute again. We have another 15-minute bullish gap here. Take a look at the 5. We had a 5-minute bullish gap here as well, right? So my session indicators are quite simple, right? We had London lows already got swept right here. Asia highs, Asia lows, I'm sorry, have not gotten taken. And ultimately, London highs, not on London highs, previous day's highs were resting above here. And this was actually my draw on liquidity since I am bullish on the day, right? The opening was quite simple, okay? We did have these data highs right before market open, which I did really like. I really wanted to target it, actually. I'm going to go at 925 here. We did have these data highs right at opening. I really liked them, right? A continuation towards these data highs was the first trade that I intended to catch. However, I got stopped the fuck out, right? Just poor precision. We did have a bullish gap here that got what didn't get inverted, quite frankly. We swept this internal lows right here for a liquidity sweep internally. And then we pushed to the upside. My brother caught these longs towards these data highs. I didn't have the precision to catch them. I got stopped out. I'll tell you exactly when. Here's my POV. So this is 929. I'll tell you when I got stopped there. I got stopped out there because at one point at one point, boom, yeah, my brother caught this trade. See, at this wick right here was what stopped me out because at one point price traded here, right? But I FOMOed into. I didn't wait for candles to close, and then this wick down just literally stopped me out. This fat ass wick stopped me out on these long swords at these highs. My brother did catch this trade. I would have been precise. Another good trade, honestly, would have been here. I'm gonna go back. Another good trade would have been like honestly if you would have done something like this. Entered, wait for the initial manipulation, wait for this manipulation basically to happen, and then just long this shit towards this internal high. That would have been great. Right? That would have been great. That was my first bias. Absolutely played out, didn't take it. Here's when I entered again, right? I lost this first trade and I entered here. Mid candle right here. I'm gonna go back. Sorry about that. I entered again mid candle here. Why? Because we still have previous day's highs above us, honestly. So I said, fuck it. I'm going in there. I think I entered, yeah, here. Here was my second trade entry. Right about here. Well, quite frankly, we hadn't taken this high actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because this was my entry. So I was still targeting this high, but because this was a horrible entry, to have a better RR and to have the trade make sense, I did, widen my take profit all the way here. However, I'm not targeting just space. Okay, we do have previous days right here, boys. We have previous days right here, which was my draw on liquidity, right? If we go back at our session indicators, we do have previous days highs right here. So this was ideally what I'm long towards, right? I'm not expecting price to fucking pump all the way here. right? That's why I have a realistic and good 1-1, 1-2, maximum 1-3 risk to reward, right? So I simply just extended my take profit all the way to like 30 points, right? Just so I can catch a better R and so I can recover the first loss. I took the first loss here on this wick 300 down. Then I re-enter here with the same size, 15 macros on both trades. And here's how the trade pretty much went. I had a perfect close there. Boom. TP hit, boys. That is how I made $3,460. Why I said I had a perfect close? Because price ended up just fucking bullshitting after, right? So pretty simple day, boys. Two trades. This was the winner long, about 32 points to the upside. Caught like a 1-3, 1-2 here, arguably. The first loss was a 1-1 loss. Pretty simple, boys. $3,460 on the day. That's it. Not mad at that. Follow my trade. Follow my continuation model. Low risk to reward, high win rate. Same as usual, same as always. All right, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Keep this short and simple. I'm going to go to the gym, and I will catch you guys on the next one.